Welcome to learning about one of the most important concepts in AI language processing tokens. Today, we'll explore how artificial intelligence understands human text by breaking it into small pieces called tokens. Think of this as learning the alphabet of AI communication. You don't need any prior technical knowledge. We'll start from the basics and build up together. By the end of this short course, you'll see text the way AI does, and you'll be able to use AI tools more effectively. Let's dive in and uncover what makes a read the way it does. Let's take a quick tour of what's ahead in this session. First, we'll answer the big question: what exactly is a token? We'll explain it in simple terms and show you real examples. Then we'll walk through how AI actually splits your text into these tokens using smart algorithms. You'll discover why this matters, especially when your AI cuts off mid-response or doesn't seem to understand long inputs. We'll also explore practical ways to use this knowledge, like writing better prompts and avoiding common pitfalls. Finally, we'll wrap up with a summary and point you toward next steps if you want to go deeper into AI and language technology. Each part connects naturally, so by the end, everything will come together clearly and usefully. Now let's understand what a token really is. Simply put, a token is the smallest unit of text that an AI model can process. Think of it like a puzzle piece in a sentence. The AI doesn't read the whole sentence at once. It sees individual tokens one after another. These tokens can be full words like cat or run, but they can also be parts of words. For example, the word unhappiness might be split into 3 tokens: and, happy, and ness. That's because the AI has learned that these pieces appear often across language. Even punctuation counts, so an exclamation mark is its own token. And here's something surprising: sometimes even spaces are included in tokens. So love with a space might be treated differently than love without one. This helps the AI keep track of formatting and readability. So remember, tokens aren't just words. They're the building blocks the AI uses to make sense of your input, no matter how simple or complex. So why should you care about tokens? Because they directly impact how well AI works for you. Every AI model has a limit on how many tokens it can handle at once. This is called the context window. For example, GPT 3.5 can process up to 4,096 tokens in total, combining your input and its response. Imagine sending a long article of 3,000 tokens. You're already using most of the available space. That leaves only 1096 tokens for the AI to reply. If your request needs a longer answer, it might get cut off mid-sentence. This isn't a bug, it's a hard limit. But now that you know, you can work around it. Instead of dumping a huge document, try summarizing the main ideas first. That way, you save tokens and still get a thoughtful response. It's like packing a suitcase efficiently. You want to bring what matters most. Being token aware helps you write clearer prompts, avoid frustration, and get more accurate, complete answers every time. Now let's look at how text actually becomes tokens. This process is called tokenization. It's like teaching a robot how to chop up sentences into pieces it already knows. The AI doesn't just split by spaces, it uses smart rules learned from massive amounts of text. One popular method is called byte pair encoding, or BPE. Here's how it works. During training, the model notices which letter combinations appear most often and groups them into single tokens. So common words like chatbot or learning usually stay as one piece, but rare or very long words like anti-disestablishmentarianism get broken into smaller parts. Even contractions matter. One model might split don't into do and int, while another keeps it whole. And language plays a role too. In English, spaces help a lot. But in Chinese, each character might be its own token or combined based on meaning. This means the same sentence can have different token counts depending on the model. The key takeaway? Tokenization is not random. It's a learned system designed for efficiency and accuracy. And while you don't see it happen, it shapes everything that AI understands. Let's go a little deeper under the hood. After your text is split into tokens, something fascinating happens. Each token is converted into a number of unique ID. For example, the word hello might be assigned the number 8,765, and world could be 1234. So your full input becomes a simple list, 8,765, 1234. This is what the AI actually reads, not text, but numbers it can compute on. This step is invisible but essential. It's like translating your message into a secret code the AI understands. But here's the catch. If tokenization goes wrong, understanding suffers. Imagine a medical term like myocarditis gets split oblique into myocarditis. Even though those parts make sense, I might miss the precise meaning. That's why good tokenization matters. Also, tiny details like spaces or capitalization can change everything. New York might be 2 tokens, but New York could be treated as one unknown word and split strangely. Advanced models handle this better, especially multilingual ones that know how different languages work. But the lesson is clear. How you write affects how the AI reads. So being mindful of formatting helps you communicate more clearly with the eye. Now let's apply what we've learned to real-life situations. Imagine you're using an AI assistant to analyze a research paper. Instead of pasting the entire 3,000 token document, try summarizing the main arguments in 500 tokens. This leaves plenty of room for the AI to give a detailed response. That's smart prompting. Or maybe you've asked a question and the AI stops replying halfway. Before thinking it's broken, consider, did you use too many tokens in your input? Try shortening your message or asking for a briefer answer. Another great habit, use free online tools like OpenAI's Tokenizer or Hugging Face's Viewer to check how many tokens your text uses before sending it. This builds intuition over time. You'll start noticing patterns like how adding emojis or repeating phrases eats up tokens fast. In programming, this is even more critical since token usage affects cost and speed. But even as a casual user, being token aware makes you more effective. You'll write clearer messages, get fuller answers, and understand why AI behaves the way it does. It's a small shift in thinking that leads to big improvements in results. Now it's time to check how well you've understood tokens. Let's try a few quick thinking exercises. First, can you explain what a token is in your own words? Don't worry about perfection. Just try to describe it like you'd tell a friend. Next, look at this sentence. I can't believe it's already 2025. How many tokens do you think it uses? Consider that can't might be 2 tokens, can and inty, and that punctuation like the exclamation mark counts too. Now imagine you're writing a prompt. Explain everything about climate change in detail. That's way too broad and will eat up tokens fast. How could you make it more focused? Maybe ask for 3 main causes of climate change instead. That's clearer and more efficient. Finally, think back to a time when an AI cut off its response. Could token limits have been the reason? Practicing these thoughts helps you build real-world skills. There are no wrong answers here, just opportunities to reflect and grow your understanding. Let's review the key points you've learned today. First, tokens are the basic building blocks that AI uses to read and understand text. They're not always full words. Sometimes they're parts like n or ness, or even punctuation. Second, tokenization is the process of breaking text into these pieces using smart rules learned from data. Third, every AI model has a limit on how many tokens it can handle, usually a few thousand, which affects both what you can input and how long the response can be. Fourth, tokenization doesn't just split by spaces. It uses patterns, so things like don't or New York can vary by model. And finally, knowing all this helps you write better prompts, avoid cutoffs, and get more useful results from AI tools. A helpful memory tip: remember that unhappiness becomes 3 tokens, not 1. That simple fact reminds you that tokens and words aren't the same. By mastering these ideas, you're not just learning a technical detail, you're becoming a smarter, more effective user of AI. Congratulations, you've completed the AI Keywords Fast Track on Tokens. You now understand a foundational concept that powers chatbots, writing assistants, and more. But your learning doesn't have to stop here. If you're curious, consider diving into how tokenization algorithms like byte pair encoding actually work. They're fascinating and surprisingly intuitive. You might also explore context windows and attention mechanisms, which explain how AI focuses on information within its token limits. For hands-on practice, try using free tools like the Hugging Face Tokenizer Viewer or OpenAI's Playground to see real-time tokenization. Paste in your own sentences and watch how they break apart. Join communities like our local LMA or AI Stack Exchange to share tips and learn from others. And if you're into coding, experiment with APs where token counting affects cost and performance. Remember, mastery comes with practice. Revisit this material in a day, then 3 days, then a week. Each time, your understanding will deepen. Thank you for learning with us, and keep exploring the amazing world of AI.